Wow. Okay.
Heavy.
I'm going to go into something a bit less heavy.
I'm going to say Lisa from Simpsons.
Yeah. Do you know who I was actually thinking about picking? I was thinking about picking a character. Have you watched Parks and Recreation?
Yeah.
I was going to pick Leslie Knope. I feel like you've not watched Parks and Recreation.
I have.
When you would know Leslie Knope.
When you said Parks and Recreation, I imagined The Office, and I was like, Leslie Knope isn't in that. But no.
Well, it's a similar vibe.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I have watched Parks and Recreation. Leslie Knope, yeah.
Yeah, Leslie Knope is just absolutely amazing, and obviously, like Amy, who plays her, is amazing as well. But I thought I'm gonna choose Jane Fonda, because Jane Fonda is just, she's just an icon. And I've mentioned before, didn't I? I've picked Jane Fonda, and you're like, who's Jane Fonda?
Yeah, I don't know who Jane Fonda is. I might once you start explaining maybe, but as of right now, I have no idea who that is.
So she's an actress as well.
Okay.
But I'm not talking about a character as such, I'm actually talking about her as a person.
Okay.
So have you watched Grace and Frankie?
No.
You've got to watch Grace and Frankie. No, it's on Netflix, and it's about these two older ladies. They don't like each other, but the husbands are best friends and they work together. And then the husbands take them out to dinner and they're like, oh God, I'm not going to see Grace. Oh, I don't want to see Frankie. Like, because it's just so different. And
you're not ruining it. This is not massive spoiler alert.
No, this is like the first episode. This is what it's all about. The husbands go, just so you know, we're both leaving you. We've been having an affair for 20 years and we're going to be together. And they're like, what? In the middle of this restaurant? And then they end up being...
What a place to do it.
I know. And they end up being like best friends. And that's what it's all centres around, their relationship. And it's amazing. Yeah, wow. It's so good. And they're older and they create like vibrators for older ladies that have arthritis in their hands. Like, it's just the best. But Grace...
Why haven't I watched this?
Amazing. Like, and it's just so feel good, because like I know that the husbands have like left them, but like they're so great as well, and they end up getting married, and like I'm not like
living their authentic life
it's just lovely. I know that they betrayed them, but it's just lovely to see them living their authentic life. And I'm like, oh my God, how did you not see that they were gay together?
Yeah.
They're perfect for each other. But yeah, it's amazing. And Jane Fonda plays Grace, and it's funny because Frankie is like the hippie, like activist lady, and Grace isn't. She's not really into that. But Jane Fonda in real life is like a super activist. So I'm gonna go into everything that she's done, but like some of her mugshots when she was protesting the Vietnam War are just, they're just beautiful. They're like a photo shoot. She like puts her hand up like this, and it like somehow with a she's just so good. So I'm just gonna get up Jane Fonda. So she's just like an absolute badass. So she moved to Washington in 2019 so she could protest. Like, she actually moved to Washington.
Love that.
So she was protesting climate change, and she was arrested almost every Friday. And like, look at this picture of her. She's like, yeah.
Oh yes,
I've been arrested. And she's like, in all of her mugshots, she looks so happy to have been arrested. She's like, yes, I've been arrested, and I own it. Like, it's amazing. She couldn't accept her BAFTA award in person, so she did it while she was being arrested. So there's a video of her being arrested, accepting her BAFTA award. She didn't make the ceremony because she wanted to protest.
I love that.
I know, she's just so great. It says here, I didn't know this, she accepted her Oscar for Coming Home, which is a film, in sign language to acknowledge and honour people with disabilities. I know. So in the 1970s, she was asked if queer people were being wrongly discriminated against, and she said, absolutely, culturally, psychologically, economically, politically, gays and lesbians are discriminated against. They are a powerful movement. They don't need me, but they like me because they know that by working together, we can be stronger. We can be stronger together. And like, this just shows, so she's in her 80s, right? And I know that people give excuses for older people for being set in their ways. And you've said before, haven't you? Well, where have you been? It's 2022. Like, this just shows there is no excuse. Like, she's amazing. Like, look at the mugshot.
What an icon. Look at that haircut.
I know. She's just like...
Yeah.
She's just an icon, and I just, oh God, I just can't explain how much I love her.
There should be a documentary on her life. I'd find that interesting.
I feel like maybe there is somewhere. There probably is somewhere.
What's she called? Jane
Fonda, yeah. Look at this paparazzi picture of her.
There is 2018 Jane Fonda in five acts, a deeper look in the life, work and activism and controversies of the actress and fitness tycoon Jane Fonda. She's an Oscar-winning actress who has lived a life marked by controversy, tragedy and transformation, and she's done it all in the public eye. Can we have a girls' night and watch this documentary?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Find it. Let's see where it is. Netflix, whatever. I'll pay for an Apple TV subscription or whatever just so I can watch it.
We can watch it on YouTube or Amazon Prime Video.
Oh, I've got Amazon Prime. Amazing. And she obviously, you know, when the whole Black Lives Matter movement happened, a lot of older people like didn't really get it and they were like not really interested. But she was like, yes, like she was right there in all of the protests, and she was basically saying how her privilege as a white woman and how we need to work on that and recognize it. And as like an 80-year-old woman,
I think that's fabulous.
It really is, and she's just amazing.
Because people expect the younger generation to do that, because every younger generation of every generation is like that. Like you said, like the protest, but it's keeping that energy and keeping the energy up. Yeah. And not just getting to a certain age and like being like, oh, well, no, this is different to what I was when I was younger, so I'm not going to take it on. But she's carried on learning, and she's carried on, she just kept the energy up. 10 out of 10. Why have I never heard of this lady before?
She's just, I don't know, maybe not, I don't know. But I didn't know her until I started watching Grace and Frankie, and I was like, these women are amazing. And then I started Googling them, and I was like, wow, I love Jane Fonda.
Yeah, amazing. That's such a good one. That's a really like out of the box one as well. And it's not on like the stereotypical lists of...
Yeah, and a couple years ago, she'd said, I'm not buying any more clothes ever again because of climate change. She was like, I'm not buying any more clothes ever again. And she went, I don't know which awards ceremony it was. I think it was the Oscars. And she presented an award. And she wore a dress that she'd worn like 10 years before. And she was just like, why not? Like,
why? Yeah, but
I've got amazing dresses.
Fair enough, why not?
Yeah. And she was just like, yeah, I'm not going to do this anymore. And I just think at her age, like, people would say, oh, it doesn't really make much of a difference. Like, you're in your 80s. But everything makes a difference.
Everything makes a difference.
But yeah, what an icon. I think she's absolutely amazing. And I think she's a really great one to end on as well.
Yeah, I think that's a good one to end on.
Yeah.